Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's video, I want to once again introduce to you this amazing knife, the LLC knife, designed by Professor Bram, who is basically a who's who when it comes to Filipino martial arts. And yeah, so his knowledge, his very, very high knowledge of the Filipino martial arts was put into this knife to be used by people that don't practice martial arts or people that do practice martial arts and stuff. So it's really, really way ahead of its time in design. And it may sound complex, but it really isn't. So I'm here to explain in 3 easy parts. Number 1 is in a situation, boom, you take it out right here, closed. You don't have to worry about taking the blade out or anything like that, just boom. You're going to use it as an impact tool for self-defense. So this is the same as a kubotan. You're going to use it just like a kubotan, except it's a kubotan on steroids because it can do more. And the idea here is because you're going to use it as a kubotan, you could take it out very early, very fast. You don't have to wait until you could justify lethal force, because that's what you would have to do with a firearm or a knife. So boom, you take it out as an impact tool. It's very fast, and then the usage is very, very simple, okay? There's hard areas on the human body where there's a lot of bone. Bone is close to the surface. For those areas, you're going to strike. And then there's other areas that are very soft and meaty, and for those areas, you can scrape, okay? So that's 2 basic moves right there, and there's a lot of areas here, like for example, the butt end right here, it has a piece of chunk of metal in there. So when you strike with it, it's like a slug. It packs a lot of power. It does have some wallop there. So when you're going to go for like a bony area, boom, right here, you could do that. Right here, boom, right on the elbow, bam. On the wrist where there's a lot of bone right here, crunch, crunch, okay? You could also use the ramp right here for the same thing. I could hammer, boom, right here, right on the side of the skull, right on the elbow as well. So this is like impact. I'm hammering down on the hard areas. Now, I also mentioned scraping. Scraping is like for the soft areas. So right here on the inside of the arm, I'm using the collar, dig in, rip, rip. Telling this person to calm down, trying to negotiate with them. They're not listening, so a little bit of pain to convince them that this is not worth it, that they are, way out of line and whatnot. So, that can be used right here, the collar right there, to dig in and pull. So that's the scraping motion. Of course, the ramp could also be used for scraping as well. And then down here, this area can be used for scraping also. So very simple, impact and scrape. So the next thing is deployment, because that alone sometimes may not be enough. So in that case now, we got to deploy the blade. It's already in your hand, so you're already halfway there. So that's what makes this great. It's already right here. I don't have to struggle with this. So it's right here, and now when I deploy it, of course I could open it conventional using the thumb like that, but what makes this so fun is the ramp can, because it protrudes so much, I can hook on things. So right here, I'm like wrestling around with this guy. He's not cooperating. I'm trying to pin him up against the wall, trying to, get him to calm down and stuff. Okay, at this point, I can just use the ramp to deploy the blade, like so. So I hooked on his arm, upper arm or shoulder area. If I want to be mean, I could hook on the ear. I could hook on the face, on the neck area. Boom, and once again, same thing. So deploy the blade that way. There's so many areas that you could hook off of, so it's very unlimited in that way. There's so many things. I mean, you could, of course, offer your own hand, like so, or, even your pants pocket if you want to, your shoelaces, piece of furniture right there. Who knows? It's just whatever your imagination, your creativity can figure out at the moment, so I don't know, I might be like right here and then I see his pants right here, I might hook it off of his pants, boom, and just deploy the blade like that, or whatever. So in that sense, it's very, very versatile, very versatile. So that's awesome. And then number 3, okay, we're talking about the blade usage now. Okay, we try to avoid this, but you see all this works into a program. You use it closed, you deploy the blade, and now the actual usage of the blade also is what we call biomechanical shutdown. So your biomechanical cutting. Now that sounds very complex. The idea is simple. Okay, many people want to go here and stab and kill this person. Okay, even in self-defense. Okay, it's like they attacked me, they're threatening me, I'm going to kill this person back, right? That sounds simple enough, but what it is if this person's serious about trying to kill me, right, and I am also serious about defending myself, and I try to kill them back, right, the bottom line is it's not easy to kill somebody. Just watch any of the MMA fights, okay, and they're not even trying to kill. They're just trying to knock each other out or tap each other out, right? And you can see sometimes it goes 5 rounds. It's not easy to do that to another human being that's fighting back. It's not easy. So the Filipino martial arts idea is that, you know, back then when they had swords and spears and stuff and they fought that way, they found out that it's not easy to kill someone, to hit them in the primary targets, right? So in that case, we just go for the arm. So that's the same idea here. Biomechanical shutdown is you're going to cut the arm, so hopefully this arm is now useless and they can't attack me with it. And if I need to, biomechanical shutdown on the leg, now this person can't chase after me. So that's the concept there. Why bust my butt trying to go for primary targets that can also, you know, make me get killed too, because they're fighting back, they might have a weapon as well, when I could just do that? Why do I have to risk myself? The main purpose is my survival, not to kill, not to be an assassin. So that's the idea right there. And yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense to me. Please check out these knives. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.